Hopefully the wind isn't too bad today. Show off some of these hard stone tools that I've found. These are found in a creek very close to an ancient site here in Missouri, which dates back to 1700 BC, right when they would have started settling a lot more, making mounds, not being so nomadic, following the mastodon and buffalo. This is a very great piece. Shows off some of their smaller hands that they would have had. This could have been for refining nuts, which would have been very crucial for this season. Their diets would change heavily on the depending on the weather. That would have been a very crucial tool. And this right here, some people associate this with nuts, a nutting stone. Which, how flat it is on both sides. I think this is such a perfect specimen. Nice, coarse sandstone. But the sandstone, how spongy it is, it's soft. If I were to try to smash a walnut or something on here, it's gonna break in half. Especially with how they have the dips on both sides evenly. So it thins out that middle. The theory on what these were actually used for is rounding out antlers to, make them not so rough after napping with them all day. Here's another grinding stone, actually, for grinding. But the grooves on this one are significantly deeper than that small one. Could be just because of the weight, but I believe this one would have been for processing clay. Right in that area is a very clay-rich area, and it's known for its pottery out there. Flat it is, and beat away on that side. You can look at the scratch marks and see which direction they were, working it. Going back and forth. And even right there has some scratch marks for some reason. Maybe they were originally using it on that side and it wore thin right here, and so they decided to bust it out and change its working side. That's what I'm guessing. Last but not least is this beauty. Another sandstone grinding stone, but this one actually probably would have been used for sanding wood. I made a short about it. It's just an awesome thing to find. The way they had it upside down, the way they worked it to fit their hand. The way they work all of these tools to fit their hand, really. Right there's a nice spot for their thumb, and I think their fingers naturally just worn in right here working. You can see my fingers out of the way, you can see the grooves, kinda. You can definitely feel them. Right there, to that thumb. And speaking of, I'll have to show off. Let me get them out of here. This, another form of a grinding hard stone. These hard stones I'm thinking, or basalt. They didn't clean up all that well, you know. Definitely not sandstone, much harder. This right here is super flat, small. Right there's a thumb groove. There's all the scratches. A lot of the scratches aren't parallel, they kind of run at different angles when running that way and that way. And that's because this would have been a polishing stone, sharpening stone, you know, for their stone axe heads. Needed to sharpen their bits down somehow. They didn't have metal files or nothing, so this is what they had. How they shaped this is amazing. This back, you can see some scratch marks on this plane that they ground down. And then on this plane, you can also see some scratch marks to fit their, you know, hand. So they, you know, flatten it that way and flatten it that way. Just be a little more rounded. And right there, I don't see any scratch marks. I think that is naturally worn in with their pointer. They're just working so much, it's just polished from the work they did. I don't see any directional scratches saying that they kind of shaped it like they did back here. The thumb even. Very beautiful tools. Gotta look out for all these little hard stones. They look just like rocks, you know? Look at them. That's what they are. Just gotta look for these factors. Sometimes they're just a little too perfect. Sometimes there's just something up with them. Check them out if they're hard stones in general. This one was sitting just like that to me. The sun just hit it right, and I seen scratch marks all along it. It's the only thing that made me notice it. I would have walked right by it, and I did actually. Only found it on my way back out of the creek. Here's another polishing stone. This one's grooved as well to fit ergonomically. Looks like their thumb would have been there. Pointer would have been there on this flat side. Just sat there and sharpened at their bit. A little bit more of a dainty one. Someone with smaller hands. It's the thing with these. They're someone's personal, you know, tools. They're made to fit them specifically. Sometimes monos and other things can be communal tools, but a lot of the times people would have their own in their own domiciles. I really love this one. I feel like it's perfect. Little nutting stone, as people call it. I thought I would share these beautiful hard stone tools that I found with y'all today. Haven't made a video in a long while. Been doing some searching still, though. That's for sure. Finding a lot more day by day. Very, very thankful to have these beautiful things.